Hey guys, how y'all doing? Aaron here with you. This is not really gonna be a tutorial or a cover, just a little rant video. I guess just a little rant. I heard that Metallica are making a new album, which is pretty cool. I mean, they haven't made one since 2008, Death Magnetic, and the one before that was 2003, Saint Anger. So I think it's time for Metallica to make a new album. And, 2008. It's 8 years ago. But the thing about Metallica, I think, when they make an album, people expect so much from Metallica. Like if they don't play Kill 'Em All style riffs, or if they don't play Master of Puppets type riffs, like people are really quick to jump on Metallica, and if you're gonna make an album, you gotta make it like this. It's gotta sound like this. It's gotta be like this. You just gotta go back to the Kill 'Em All days. You gotta go back to what you were doing with Cliff Burton. And I think it's not hard for Metallica to live up to that, because they play whatever the hell they want to play anyways. They're gonna play, otherwise they wouldn't have came up with songs like Fade to Black or Nothing Else Matters, or I don't know, Welcome Home Sanitarium. So it's I mean, Metallica have evolved over the years. I never thought I would see a baby in a Metallica song title, like Carpe Diem Baby. I know if Cliff Burton would have seen that, he'd been rolling in his fucking grave. Like Metallica said, James Hetfield said that Castle Donington in 1985, if you came here to see spandex and the words rock and roll baby in every fucking song, this is the wrong band. We came here to bash some heads for 50 minutes. Now things have changed, and James will say baby all the time, whatever the hell he wants, or whatever. Obviously, they can do whatever the hell they want. They're Metallica, they're the biggest thrash, heavy metal, hard rock band on the planet. But people expect so much from Metallica when they make an album. It's got to be done a certain way. They got to play a certain way. Like, it's not like Slayer, for example. Slayer can come up with an album that'll rip your fucking face off. Speed-wise, heaviness. Slayer can do that. That's their style. That's what they've always done. That's what they're good at. Slayer will never run out of riffs. They'll always come out with something that'll just fucking rip, man. Slayer. I'll put this on. Yeah. So yeah, Slayer can do that because people expect that, and they'll get that from Slayer because Slayer is that type of band, and they're gonna come up with stuff that's gonna just rip your fucking face off when you listen to it, and it's just gonna make it wow, man. The fucking 250, 260 beats per minute eat every fucking song. Like, that's insane. But Metallica, I don't know. Metallica's my favorite band. They always will be my favorite band. I don't want to bash them. That would be stupid. I mean, I tutorialed and covered so many Metallica songs. It's insane. But I don't know. I think if Metallica have a lot to live up to every time they make an album. Now the strange thing is too, Jason Newsted joined the band in October of '86. And he quit in January 2001, so we'll say 86 to 96. He was with the band for 14 years, because he left in, January 2001. So, and Rob joined the band in 2003. So 2003 to 2016, that's 13 years. So he's been in the band almost as long as Jason Newsted. But when Jason Newsted was in the band, they made like 5 or 6 albums. They had Justice for All, the Black Album, Load, Reload, Garage Inc., S&M, did I Disappear in 2000, So you got 6 albums right there. With Rob, they only did Death Magnetic. Only 1 album. So I mean, Rob's probably excited, to get going. Like he wants, to make a new album, get his stamp on Metallica's music. Because I mean, he's only been on 1 album, and that album's 8 years ago. So because Bob Rock did Saint Anger, the bass, and I remember people were asking if Rob was gonna go back and overdub Bob Rock's parts on Saint Anger. He said, well, no, what would be the point of doing that? And it's true, what would be the point? I mean, they used Bob was there, so he laid down the bass tracks. But anyways, so Rob was probably excited for a new album, and James Hetfield is a king of riffs, king of riffing, one of the greatest frontmen of all time, one of the greatest rhythm guitar players of all time. So we were expecting a lot. I think when they decide that they need to make an album, there's a lot that rides on it. They have a lot of expectations to live up to, and whether they want to admit it or not, they carry that in their mind when they record an album, when they come up with riffs and stuff like that. They have to. It's been with them since the early '80s. People expect Kill 'Em All. People expect Ride the Lightning. People expect Master of Puppets. They expect Justice for All. Even the Black Album, but not Load and Reload. I don't think anybody expects that, because that was such a total. That was all blues based, pretty much Kirk Hammett influence. So I mean, when they make an album, James Hetfield wants to come up with the heaviest riffs that he can come up with. They always down tune half a step now for every song, and for their stuff from Saint Anger and stuff like that, and some stuff for Death Magnetic is down tuned even further. Full step, drop it down another to C tuning or whatnot, really low tuning. So whether they want to admit it or not, they go into every album expecting to please people. They say they don't want to please anybody but themselves, but I don't believe that. They have to please their audience, because Metallica fans are crazy. And they expect heaviness. They expect raw aggression. The riffs. They want the riffs to be heavy as hell. They want Metallica. They want old Metallica back. There's new Metallica and there's old Metallica. I mean, you can't dispute that. People say I like the old stuff better. People say I like the new stuff better. The old stuff, for me personally, Master of Puppets, I think, is their greatest album they ever recorded. With Cliff Burton. Cliff Burton said Master of Puppets was the greatest Metallica song yet. Had he lived, who knows where Metallica would have gone. One of Cliff's friends said that he thinks that Cliff would have eventually left Metallica and went on to form a band to be the lead bass player. Something like a Primus, Les Claypool type thing. You want to play lead bass in a band, so it's hard to say what would have happened had Cliff lived in that tragic bus accident. But for me personally, when I think about Metallica making a new album and whatnot, I think that it's been done and over with. I don't expect anything out of a new Metallica album. I don't personally, not anymore. Not after Death Magnetic, not after Saint Anger. I think they had some of the worst songs they've ever recorded, ever, are on those 2 albums. And I mean, people are probably gonna dispute me here and tell me off, but I think Invisible Kid, Invisible Kid, what a stupid fucking song, stupid songs, even the riffs are dumb. Just because they down tune low and their strings are practically flopping off their guitar doesn't mean that it's heavy music. They might have down tuned low to get the heaviness, but it doesn't mean they necessarily made a heavy album. Like, it's the lyrics and the content suggests otherwise, whereas the riffs are mediocre, I think. So, for a new Metallica album, I'm not sure if they're going to down-tune to C tuning or whatever, or B tuning, like really, really low tuning, or if they're just going to play in half a step. It's hard to say, but I think that for me personally, I don't expect too much out of a new Metallica album. I'll say that right now. Probably get bashed for it big time, but I really don't expect much out of a new Metallica album. I might expect maybe 1 or 2 songs that are really, really good, and the rest is just filler. So, I mean, when you take 8 years in between albums, I mean, yeah, 8 years you can come up with a lot of riffs, but I mean, why the fuck do you wait 8 years to make an album? Like, like Saint Anger, that was understandable. James was in rehab and whatnot, and they were going through their hard times and whatnot, and had to record, when James was better and whatnot, and, I praise him for being sober like that. I've been sober for over 4 years myself from alcohol, and, but I don't expect too much out of a new Metallica album. So tell me what you guys think. You Metallica fans out there that are on my channel that love Metallica like I do. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see what they come up with for their albums, because it's almost like it's washed up almost. Like, they're not washed up like to say that they're washed up, but how much more can you come up with, like, riff wise, and not overdo yourself, and not kind of live in the past, and kind of make it fresh, but also make it sound, vintage sound, heaviness, like in the 80s, we'll say, those albums, they have it in them. I mean, James recorded some of the most amazing riffs of all time, Battery, Master of Puppets, Dyer's Eve, Eye of the Beholder, Holier Than Thou, Shortest Straw, like, really, really heavy riffs. Even their very first song that they ever recorded, Hit the Lights, that's heavy as hell, like, that song, for being 19, 18 years old and writing that song, I mean, it's pretty good. It's like when people sit there and they bash Cliff Burton because he wrote Anesthesia and it's easy to play, and it's not too challenging. But you got to think, Cliff Burton died when he was 24 years old. Whenever he made Kill 'Em All, he was only 21 years old. So, and he did bass solo take 1. So he obviously wrote Anesthesia whenever he was in his teens. Maybe he was 19, maybe he was 18 whenever he wrote Anesthesia. So you gotta give Cliff Burton credit right there, because I mean, not too many 18, 19, 20-year-olds could come up with some of the stuff that he's come up with on, that bass solo is incredible. I can play it, but it's insane. It's really, get a little bit off topic there, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they come up with this time around. James is sober, and they all write the lyrics now. They all, they're all involved in the recording process, which is good. I mean, back in the day, they left Kirk and Jason out so much. Like, it's now their input is more. And Rob, will be interesting to see what Rob brings to the table, I guess, because he's suicidal tendencies, infectious grooves, Ozzy. He's been in the game for quite a while. So let's see if he can contribute something really cool to the new album. So let me think what you think about a new Metallica album. See when it's gonna come out. I think it'll probably only come out in 2017 because it seems that Metallica takes a year to record an album. Yeah, so like I said, Slayer can come out with an album that's gonna rip your face off, and that's the way that they've done it, and that's how they roll. You know, it's like AC/DC. They come out with an album that's gonna be similar to all their other 20 albums or whatever, because that's just their sound, and that's what they do, and they know how to do it, and they do it well. Slayer, the same thing, you know. But with Metallica, you know, they're always varying back and forth. So, thoughts on the new Metallica album? Can't wait to hear it. And, you know, I'm looking forward to it. But, I don't know, I just don't think they have it in them anymore. And that's my 2 cents. But if they prove me wrong, I hope they do prove me wrong, because I'd like to hear a new killer Metallica album that's got riffs that could be on Master of Puppets or Ride the Lightning or whatnot. So yeah, people. So anyhow, subscribe to my channel if you like. I do tutorials and covers of songs from bands, from everything from ABBA to ZZ Top. I got 1,242 videos online, and they're mostly tutorials. And if you're a big Metallica fan like I am, I've done a lot of Metallica tutorials and a lot of Metallica covers. So if you're looking for a Metallica song that's, you know, that you want to learn, there's a good chance that I've done the tutorial for it. So search my videos, and by all means subscribe to my channel. I only got 593 subscribers. It'd be nice to get some more. For all the videos I have, it's not a very good ratio. But what's important to me is that I showed somebody a song, and you know, they left me feedback and told me that, you know, I taught them how to play it. So that's what's cool for me. That's that's my whole point on YouTube. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.